everyone involved to make this program a success. We really appreciate you. Also, shout out to Google for partnering with us in this program, which is super exciting to see what kind of solution people are building. And there are a couple of questions that we have gotten throughout this program, which is really interesting. One of them is when the capstone project due. So just to answer that here, the capstone project is due from December 14th through February 10. So anytime you complete, feel free to nudge us, submit, so that you can be included in the final event, which will be happening here in Nairobi. So there are a couple of forms that you're supposed to fill, and they are all included in the blurb, so that you can progress. Also note all the modules that have been covered. The playlist is on YouTube as well as the previous event. If you go to the previous event, you'll find that all those recorded modules are available for you to watch. And this actually is meant to even help you in case maybe you want to confirm something, you can rewatch it. Especially for the in-person event, you have recorded them really well, including this one. And also the virtual ones, so you can actually follow through. There's also a couple of GitHub link where you can go and see the code, the samples, the demos, and ensure that everything is working out well. Just to mention, and I don't know if Graham can touch on this, also we are running social media awards that if you tweet about this, if you retweet about this, you are due and you participate in the program, especially in person, you will also win something along the way. So just to encourage you, it's a 3-4 months kind of program. Keep building. But if you finish early and you have any question, feel free to join our Slack link and ensure that you are asking all the questions. All the experts are in that Slack channel. So make sure you're asking all the questions. You'll get the answers to help you progress really well. Now, without further ado, I would like to welcome Brian Kaimonyumba. Brian, I don't know if you come from Mombasa. This Saturday will be there. So tell all the techies there, anyone who wants to build on AI will be there, and we'll be running through all the modules, but with more focus from module 6 to 10 to ensure that people are well versed. So without further ado, Brian, the floor is all yours, unless there's a question or Graham would like to touch a bit on the marketing before Brian goes. Graham?
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome, Brian, and everyone else joining the call. Just to highlight, yes, we'll be having social media uh, awards. So as from the first day that we started this series, module 1, session 1, if you've been tweeting with the hashtags build with AI, build with AT, and build with Gemini, we will be reaching out to you based on what you've posted online. We usually give at least $5 per hour to some of the best performing tweets. We haven't been very proactive to follow on each call, but given your social media content will still be online and one of our colleagues is on leave, when they are back, we should be able to list that and we'll be sharing it. Probably from the next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll start going back in time. So feel free, if you're enjoying the series, you can always share it with your friends, include the hashtags. And yes, I think from in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we shall start highlighting from the beginning of the program all the social media that have been tags that have been going out. Over to you, Brian.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Graham Muhanga, and thank you so much, MK. Oh, I just said Muhanga and I was like, oh, okay. I stayed some time in Vihiga, and that sounds like a familiar name over there.
That's true. My mom is from there.
Oh, okay. You see, at least you worked.
That's
And
very true.
yes, you're correct, MK. I don't come from Mombasa, but I come from the coastal region. I come from Kilifi. So it would be interesting to see folks from the Kilifi side come to the event. I'll definitely share it with my networks and hope to have some folks come into the event. That's tomorrow. I'll actually drop it immediately. I'm out. Immediately, I'm out to the call. But yeah, hi everyone. Hope you're doing great. Let me see if we have some folks from the previous session. Oh, I'm seeing we have quite a number of new faces today. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for making time to join. I do not take this for granted. I know it's probably in the middle of the week. But a little bit about myself, since I'm seeing some new faces. I am a data scientist and technical writer working at this amazing place called Zindua School. I also love open source. So you'll probably find me to open source events or contributing to open source projects. Currently, I serve as a committee member at the DISC committee at NumFocus. So if you've used NumPy, Pandas, or any of those tools, NumFocus will help fund these projects. So I'm part of the team that makes sure that our impact reaches to the global south and we're able to fund more projects from this side and work with more people. We also host a couple of events. That's the DISCAN conference and also the DISCAN conference and also the NumFocus Project Summit. If you want to chat more about that, just feel free to DM me on LinkedIn or Twitter about this. I also co-organize Google Developer Groups Nairobi. Probably you were just from the DevFest season. Saw some of you folks there. It was nice to see you. I also enjoy skating, both ice skating and roller skating when I am not doing these technical things, either writing code or doing technical sessions. You'll find me either swimming or skating. Yeah, but that has not been up to life recently. Oh, recession indicators. Oh my God. But yeah, I'll go back to it. And I also love drumming. I don't know how to drum yet, but I love drumming. So I want to know how to play the drums or play violin at one. So when you scan that link, when you scan that QR code, there's probably much about myself. But I'm not here. So we go back to our journey. We did the foundations of ADK. We now want to talk about tools, look at different tools. We'll do two demos today about custom tools and then built-in tools, and then we'll talk about also MCP tools. We'll be able to use the Google Maps MCP server to get directions and things like that. So yep, we'll also cover a little bit of deploying agents to production and also A to A and how that really works. So today is going to be very heavy on actually diving directly into the demos, not much of talking, since I already did a lot of that last time to introduce what ADK is. I know there's a recording for that. So for those maybe who's there, I would still love to check in and see if you're a junior or senior or you're an expert. Are you on Windows machine, a MacBook or Linux? Are you also, have you heard about these things before? ADK, Google Cloud, Gemini API, and then Python, Go, Java? What's your go-to programming language? Is it Python? Is it Go? Is it Java? Is it TypeScript? Is it JavaScript? Is it C#? So yes, pick one in each, like junior, Windows. For example, for me, I'll pick probably expert and then Windows and then ADK, Google Cloud, and then I'll pick Python because I write mostly Python code. So yeah, but feel free to pick one in each and then drop it in the chat section because I'm seeing a couple of new people. So feel free to pick one of each and drop it in the chat. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, it's your first time. Yes. And also we have social media. We have social media awards as mentioned. So please tweet about what you're learning in this session. Take a screenshot, share about what I'll be sharing today. If you manage to successfully complete the demo and yours is working, take a screenshot of that. Share using the hashtags that Graham has dropped in the chat section. Who knows? God, I beg. $5 is a lot in this economy. Please. Or is it me alone who's feeling the pain? Let me go and tweet too, because I had $5 somewhere, so that we can all get them. Nice. Thank you, Asimire Dafen. Hope I'm not butchering your name. Then Blessing. Yes, you're welcome. Glad to have you around. Glad to have you, even if it's your first time. Yeah. Happy to have you here always. Oh, you're from Uganda. Oh, nice. I really missed Uganda this year. How is it faring? Hope our neighbors, you're all good. Nice to have you here still. Yep. So I'm seeing some folks on Junior, Linux, Google Cloud, Java, a first timer too. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, since you have a couple of first timers, uh, nice. So I have a couple of first timers. I might just go through a recap of what we covered. But I know we have recordings. I think maybe MK or Graham can help me drop a link to that in the chat section so that you all can go back to that. If you want like something about what you covered last time, like a very basic intro to agents, you can go back and talk more and listen more about that. I did justice last time to really introduce it nicely. But given that we have a few of first timers, let me just repeat what you talked about last time, just an overview of the same. So I introduced what agents are last time, and I mentioned that agents contain these four things. And this is what I want you to remember, even if you don't remember anything out of this session. In high school, you had these mnemonics where we were singing rivers draining Indian Ocean. And I don't know, that's the only one I remember. I don't know. I know we had like one for countries colonized by the British, the French, and all that. So this one is to help you remember what exactly an agent is and what happens behind an agent. So think of it as BMIT, brain, memory, instruction, and tools. So your agent contains a brain. And oh, do I have good news for this? I think I have a few good news for all of us. We'll actually get to actually also consume the good news today. We have it has a brain, and a brain is an LLM that makes it intelligent. And we know that Google launched Gemini 3 recently. So we're going to use Gemini 3 today in in all we are going to do. I'm also going to share a brief overview of Gemini 3 as we move on so that we get a better understanding of that. And then we have memory. So memory is more of you remember things, for example. And on the brain part, I gave several examples last time. For example, I was very good in chemistry when I was in high school. Things to do with grain and its compound, sulfur and its compound, perfect. But there was this English paper that had poems. Oh my God. Like, can we get done with that already? Like every time I used to go into, I don't know if it's paper 3, paper 2, but I was just like, God, I was just like managing in that exam. But when you give me a chemistry paper, I will okay with it. So we have different brains, and brains, you can't have all you need. So even LLMs, one LLM is very good with mathematical stuff. One is very good with, let's say, languages. Another one is very good with different other things. So yeah, you need to pick the right LLM for your agent. Then you have memory. So we have long-term and short-term memory, which all of these allows us to remember things. The same thing with our agent. Last week we saw both short-term and long-term. We talked about Vertex A Memory Bank and also talked about the others. And then we had instructions. So instruction is more of like prompt engineering. So how do you get your agent to perform things through instructions? And instructions just like prompt engineering. And then we have tools. So tools now, they allow your agent to complete tasks. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at different tools that will allow our agent to complete different tasks and how to incorporate tools in. So yes, up to that point, and I'll pause for a bit and then just a check into that. If you go to what an agent is and you understand what it means behind the scenes, please respond with one in the chat section. Like that made sense to you, what I shared. But if it didn't, please share with me. Let me know in the chat section or somewhere that you didn't quite get it. So I can. So let me look at the chat section. Okay, we have a one from Josephat, a one from Martin. This is going to be very interactive. I'll probably be popping in the chat section. So please feel free to unmute if you're in a quiet place, or if you can't unmute, just drop a one in the chat section and let us know. Let us know. Let us know what if you have any issues or if you're feeling okay with what I've shared. So, yeah. So just waiting for a few folks before I proceed, as I would love to get as much thumbs up as possible so I do not leave anyone behind. So yeah. Yes. But if you also have any question, please drop it in the chat section. I would also love to. Yes, and please, you can also ask questions on the Slack channel. I hang around there sometime, so feel free to tag me when you have questions or anything, and I'll be glad to respond to them. Thank you, Oliver, for dropping those links there. Yes, so let me see who hasn't responded. Yeah, so we have Brian. Thank you, Brian. We have Blessing. We have Martin. We have Josephat. Where am I leaving you? Keep Langat. There is Martin. There is Omar. There is Sheila. There is Daniel. Emmanuel. Are you maybe lost? Are you stuck somewhere? Oh, thank you, Keep Langat. Thank you. Thank you. Let's wait and see. I wish to be as interactive as possible for all of us so that we get the most out of it. Okay, so I think with that we can proceed to mostly let's talk about the new brain that we have, and then that was just dropped, and then we now dive deeper into the demo. So yeah, let me come here. Yep, go back to my slideshow. So Google recently launched Gemini 3. So Gemini 3 is the newest of models that they have recently. Is the most intelligent model that helps you bring the ideas to life that Google has brought to us as developers. So Gemini 1 was more into understanding what you want and all that, and then we moved into thinking, where now when you prompt Gemini, you will see things like it's thinking through your question, trying to look at different ways of answering your question, and then giving you an output. And now with Gemini 3, we go now into the action phase of it. So Gemini 3 is able to perform several actions with you, of course, with you there. As I explained what agents are, there's that human factor that's still there. So it has built-in foundation for sort of reasoning and multimodality. So multimodality is you're able to input different things from videos to text to images to audio and all that. It gives you agentic coding and also advanced tool use and planning. So when you talk about sort of reasoning and multimodality, is Gemini 3 is able to analyze text, audio, video, code within a single industry million context window. I don't know if you understand context window. That's a lot. Like you're able to do a lot with a 1 million context window. And for example, you can just drop in some transcripts and it's able to transcribe that and also create a website from that. It also delivers highly factual reasoning for complex inputs. For example, this is for us who are in machine learning. If you want to do things like medical scans, you want to go through logs or something, it's also difficult data, like maybe blurry text or maximum insight extraction. So you see, when you're building an agent Gemini 3 and you're introducing, like, a user is able to upload, let's say, blurry documents, it's able to work around that and give still the user something that makes sense to them. We also have agentic coding. I'm sure probably you've had something around anti-gravity. So the core skill is from code completion to system refactoring. So apart from just completing code for you, you're able to refactor systems and work with them. For example, recently I had to migrate my project from the old deprecated GenAI module to the new one. Probably it will have done it so nicely. And then you have a false multiplier for technical debt. via legacy migration. This is for folks who are working in production. And then you have comprehensive safety evaluation for your code. And of course, you have several folks who can help you with that. I know you have a couple of site reliability engineers that would be happy to pop on and support you also on the same. And then you have advanced tool use and planning. So it's able to interact with APMs with minimal tuning, like you don't have to add that much by yourself. And you can also orchestrate complex workflows across enterprise data. This is what I'm also going to drop a little bit of it, and also bridges strategy and autonomous execution. And now we also have Gemini CLI. I don't know if most of you have had a chance to play around Gemini CLI, but you can bring the power of Gemini 3 to your terminal through Gemini CLI. So yes, feel free to go around, play around with these models. Go to AI when you go to ai.dev and play around with 3. And yeah, hope you love it. So that's it about the new brain that we have in town, the newest LLM. This is just a of what I was talking about. Agents are AI systems that can autonomously plan and execute complex tasks, things like open-ended problems, difficult to predict systems, and can't hard code path. So yeah, with that being said, let's go right into for today. So I'll go back and share my full screen so that I'll stop sharing and then share my full screen. Because I think for the demo now, I need to have my whole screen up. Yep. Yep. Let me share my entire screen and share that. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Joachim. Oh, you all came back. Thank you, Joachim. Thank you, Daniel. So to go to this link, GitHub. So we'll first start by integrating. First of all, I'm not sure if there's anyone from the previous class that also is here and has done maybe the take home assignment that I shared. If you're here, please maybe raise your hand or drop it in the chat section. I might have something to share. Okay, my internet is starting to lag. Hopefully it will behave over time. Okay. So okay. So let's go to this. Let's go here and yep. So let me get this link and share it with. My internet is lagging for a bit, but yeah, here we are. So let's all go to this link. So this would be more of like hope you are joining in with your laptops. So just click on that link and you should land at a place like this. So let me give it a few. Let me give some time for everyone to get it. So once you're here now, again, just click on the fork bit. So I want you to have this in your own GitHub account, and then you'll be able to even work on it deeper and better. So click on fork. Once you're here, hope you're all moving together. Click on fork, and then once you've clicked on fork, click on create fork. Typically, you should not have to change anything, but just one thing is, okay, let me refresh that. I know my internet is really laggy, not sure why. So one thing you should confirm is that you're forking it in your own GitHub account, not your organization's account, before they start asking you whose code is this you're bringing into our organization. So here we are choosing an owner. Please choose yourself. You should probably not have it. Please choose yourself and then click on create fork. So once you click on fork, click on choose yourself here, or if it's still just your GitHub username, then you don't need to change anything, and then click on create fork. So once you've created a fork, you should go back to something like that, what I had previously, but now you should do something like forked from XYZ. So if you've managed to fork the repo, give me a 2 in the chat section. Oh, I pardon. Okay, let me pardon. So when you click the link I've dropped in the chat section, this one, you will land at this point, right? You should see something like this on GitHub. So you need to have a GitHub account first. When you land here, you should, above this green button, you are seeing watch and pin, fork, and so you should not see and pin, but you should see watch, fork, probably star. So click on fork. So once you click on fork, you should land somewhere here. And then once you're there, click on create fork. There, click on create fork. So once you've clicked that, you should now have your fork. I'll not click it because I've already done it before, so I don't want to repeat it. So, but if you are good up to there, give me a 2 in the chat section. Daphne, hope I'm not pronouncing it badly. Yes. Okay, perfect. So now we are all, most of us, if not all, we are all good up to there. So now once you've forked, there are 2 ways to get this code up and running, but I want us to go the easiest way. The first way is to bring this to your local machine. So please do this if you already have Python installed. So if you are a Python developer probably, or you have Python installed and you have all the workarounds of Git and all that, bring it to your local machine. But if that's not the case, then click on code. You'll see there's local, there's code spaces. So code spaces is just like a virtual IDE that allows you to work on your code, and of course write code on different programming languages, just like VS Code on the cloud. So once you're here, so click on the green code button, then click on code spaces, then click on create code space on main. So it will spin up a bit. This of course requires a little bit of a stronger internet, because now it's like spinning virtual machines. So once you have that up, and running, we can give it a sec. So hopefully everyone is also following along in this. But if you also want it to have on your local machine, let me go back as I wait for this. If you want to have it on your local machine, please do this step if you have Python installed, so we don't have to now start installing Python and all that, because you can go and install Python later after this session, so you can just follow along with this. But if you have your local environment, but if you have Python installed, come to local, copy this link, open your bash and just clone, open your git bash and just clone the repo. So you should be good to go. Once you open git bash, I'll cd to, okay, let me do that for those who might want to follow along or might be listening to the recording. So I'll cd to desktop. Okay, this is me, like my development environment. So just cd to your own development environment. And then I'll just do ls and see if there's anything like that here. So it's already here. So I'll make a directory, Africa's talking, and then come and now write cd into that directory. So I'd cd into Africa's talking, and then after that I would git clone and then drop it here. And now paste that link that way, and then I'll enter. So it will clone into that repo, and then once I've cloned it, I can just write code space full stop and open this on my VS Code. Yep, just like that. And VS Code pops up here, and you're good to go. So now I have my code there. So this is for those who are going the local machine way. So I think I've done for both sides. So I think by now, yes. Oh, it's still setting up. Ooh, okay. Let me refresh this. The internet might really be slow for me today. Let me solve that. Oh. Yeah. Okay, let me solve that just a sec. I don't know why my net is wanting to disappoint me, but village people are not winning, guys. Don't worry, they are not winning. we'll all build an agent by the time we are done here. So let me get this done, and then let me just solve that issue. But for those on their local machines, this should have worked. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, MK, for dropping that. Oh, actually, I didn't repeat that step because I was assuming most of us have had that already. Okay. Okay, let me switch to a much stronger internet. Hope it won't shake me that much. Just a sec. Hopefully it will actually this. I didn't drop off. My fear was I'll drop on this call, but I didn't drop off. So that's nice. Okay, I think I also have to learn patience. Good. Sorry about that, guys. You're now good to go. Tonight has loaded up. So for everyone, I'll go with code spaces so that I won't leave out anyone who maybe did not have Python installed. So I'll assume what I'm doing here should be the same to what we do there on our local. So yeah, let's as it loads. The first thing we do once you have like a project like this you want to start working on is we create a virtual environment. And a virtual environment is to separate our global environment, that's everything we have in our local machine, to what start installing or the areas you want to start using. In this case, we are building this a new agent. So we want to from that our local environment to our global environment, to our local environment that we are using. So we'll create a virtual environment for that. So once it's done, okay, this is really taking longer than expected. You know why that is the case today, which wouldn't be the case. But yeah, for those on their loans, probably maybe it has already run. The first thing you do is open your terminal. So let's create a terminal. This is also the same steps we'll follow once we have it set up on code spaces. So actually, I can just to help make sure that everyone is following. So how many are using? If you're using code spaces, give me a 3 in the chat section, and if you're on a local machine, give me a 4 in the chat section. So I know. If you're using code spaces, give me a 3. If you're in a local machine, give me a 4. If you're in a local machine, give me a 4. If you're on code spaces, give me a okay. So code spaces. So don't worry. So I'm assuming your code spaces has already loaded. I don't probably my village people want to win today, but don't worry, as I've said, not winning. We'll win. We'll build agents today. So for those that did, we are just going to be following the same steps as what I'm doing right now. It's just that you come here and then open a new terminal and then just follow the same steps. I'll mention if the step in any of the case. So now, let's all open our terminal, and then once you've opened the terminal, we want to create a virtual environment. So the first thing I'll do is I'll say Python venv. So let me expand. Yes, there's someone. Hope you can see it. In case I know I'm writing some commands, so I want to make sure that everyone can see Python -m venv. What create a virtual environment using, and that virtual environment is venv. That's what this command is doing. So I'm telling Python, use your inbuilt module VNV to give me a virtual environment called VNV. And then I'll press enter. In that case, so once I press enter, I will see that a new folder has been created called VNV here. So I see a new folder as VNV, but it might take some to load here as it brings in all the files in that folder. Then, yeah, so now we have our virtual environment set up. It's set up, but we need to activate it. So for me to activate my virtual environment, what I'll do is here, and I'll write source. So I want to run a script. So I write source. Then the script I want to run is the activate script under the scripts folder. So what I did, I just came here to my, I clicked my Explorer, and then I went to VNV, clicked the drop down, then I went to scripts and clicked the drop down. Activate script here. So we want to run the activate script to actually see source, and then I'll say V, and then scripts, it's inside this script, and then backslash activate. But for those, for you, you will see bin here. Just and open the folder, you will see a small letter. So for you, should replace whatever you have as scripts in bin, and then environment. So I now run that, and then I have my virtual environment activated, and you're good to go. So I can check if you have your virtual environment created. Give me a 5 in the chat section. But on code spaces and local machine. On code spaces, you write source space script on local machine it's script, on code spaces it's bin. So if you have that activated, give me a 5 in the chat section, so I know we are all moving together. And if you're stuck, please let me know. Feel free to unmute if you're stuck, so that you are all moving together. Don't need to hear me. Didn't make me not hear about. I trying on what you Jack, Joachim. I would love to hear from you. It feels like it's so silent. Oh, you all are still here. So hi everyone, hear me? Are you stuck? I don't want to leave anyone behind. Have you been able to activate the environment? Yes, drop a 5. If not, please let us know.
Sorry, guys. I think Brian dropped off. Let's give him a minute. But I hope you're all following really well.
Hi everyone. So sorry. I figured the problem has to be on my end. Can you hear me now? Never beating the allegations. Can you? Okay, let me check the chat. I think I'm seeing some things on the chat. For some weird reason, I can't hear you folks. Okay, yes.
We can
Can
hear
hear you.
you.
Can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Oh, thank you. Hearing you, I was concerned. I was like, I figured something has to be wrong on my side. Okay, thank you so much. Now we can proceed. Ooh, thank you. Ooh. Nice, nice. So let me share my screen. I'll again share my entire screen and share. So I'm seeing a couple of fives. It says V and V is a directory. Not sure if it's created. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of fives from folks who even had it on code spaces. So for you to know it has been created, I'll still stick to this, is you see, let me drop this. You'll see this. Okay, first of all, for you to know it has been created, you should see a folder here called V and V. That's how you know it has been created. Then once you run this activate command, you should see these brackets appear in front of before you start writing commands in your terminal. So now you know you're actually doing the right thing. So if you have those, then yes, it has been created and activated. So yes, let me come in and check. So is that now? Are you now okay, Daphne? Hopefully.
Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm setting it up.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, I love that. Someone is finally unmuting. Yes, please. I love to see more of that. Just unmute. We are a very close niche audience, like just 15 people. So please just unmute, ask questions, interrupt me when I'm speaking, and you feel like, hey, you're going too fast or you're going too slow. Yes. I love that. So yes, as Daphne does that, the next thing now we want to do is now installing all the dependencies we need. So last time we did it on. I'm trying to use different tools to also expose you to different things. So when you come here, we want to install Google ADK and Google Gen AI. So you can just come on the GitHub and in the README, copy that command, and then when you come here, just paste it. So when I come here, yeah, I'll just paste it. It should be something like pip install Google-ADK and then Google-Gen AI. Remember, you install this only after activating your virtual environment, so that conflicts with your global environment. So I'll run that. So hope you are also doing that. But to also help, I'll also be dropping all the commands I'm writing in the chat section so that no one is wondering what am I running or what am I doing. So yeah, so you see now it should start installing all those things. So might take some time, but it should take like a minute for all of them to be installed. But also keep us updated, and Daphne, if now you have all that data. So again,
I don't know what's happening, but it's not working.
or do you mind sharing your screen? I can stop sharing and then you can share your screen. I can help you out. Is that fine?
Okay.
Yeah, so you just see where I'm hovering around. Yeah, it's now written stop sharing your screen. You should see share screen. And then when you click on it, you will see either you want to select a window or a Chrome tab or entire screen. Maybe if you have other work things going on, just click on that space to see and then open that so that you don't share with us maybe proprietary things. Because also just a reminder, this is being recorded. So if you don't want to share a screen, it's also totally fine. Okay.
Can you
So
see what I'm
yes, I
showing?
can see what you're showing, and I can see, yes. So the only thing you're doing is you're supposed to write bin instead of script. So just write source, still capital small letter S, and then space, and then VE, small letter S on source. Small letter S on source, yes. And then instead of scripts, now change it to bin. And then backslash, and then activate. Perfect. Now you're good to go. Now you can run the last command I sent in the chat section to to install the two libraries you're using.
I didn't see that. I was still occupied with this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just
Can I
drop it
stop
again in the
sharing?
chat section. No worries.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you can stop sharing. No problem. You can stop sharing. You can stop sharing. Marking, quick question. Is this we are going to use other languages as well? Probably for this demo today, I'll use write Go. So what I can do is I can also write Java. So I can maybe do recorded videos for Go and Java, because I know you can use ADK with Go and also with Java. But I'll also just before maybe the videos get to you, if maybe you write,
I
you
still
want
have
to
the
quickly go back into these, Google ADK. You can mute now. Daphne, any question,
Sorry,
please? Yep, yep. No problem, no problem.
sorry, I'm fine. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Yep. So I've just dropped a link in the chat section. So the docs, we have a quick start guide both for Go and for Java. But I'll like probably some recorded snippets of both Go and Java. But yes, this you can also use ADK with Go or Java. I hope this answers your question, Joaquin. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Thank you. Nice, perfect. Glad your question is answered. Perfect. So now we have, okay. So it's still downloading some things. Okay, that's interesting. So while it's still downloading all those things, now what I want us to do now is, remember we created our API key the other day. So I want you to become agent, right click and then click on create. So for those who are following along, you have this Obika agent, right click on it, click on new file, and then create a file called .env. No, .env. Yes, .env. So .env is where we add our environment variables. So we are going to our API key that we created our last session and use it. So come here. If you are probably not in the last session, let's go to ai.dev. Just write ai.dev, and then it should directly take you to the on the API keys section where you can be your API key, and of course it uses some of the credits. So yeah. So once you're here, okay, it's loading for a bit. So once you get here, just go to get API key, and then under get API key. So this is the API key we created the other day. So just copy this one, and then after you've copied it, come back to your code. So I'll just pause for a bit. Do all of us know where we are going to get our API keys? So hopefully we did this in our last session. If you don't know where we are going to get it, please let us chat section, and I would be glad to assist with that. So we go to our .env file that we created, and then you write Gemini underscore API underscore key. Yes. Someone is saying something. And paste it.
Hey. Hello, excuse me.
Someone had unmuted for a bit. Maybe they had a question. So maybe go through the process. You'll probably Google AI Studio, like a place like that, a place like this. Hi. Oh yeah, I know. I don't know what's happening today. So sorry about that. Not sure why it's not that smooth. It should be smooth. Makes me feel so bad. I don't know. I think this should be the best internet I am on. So I wouldn't want to switch it to another one. Okay. Oops. Instead of that, let me copy this and get it over to you. Copy, and then that way. Message failed. Okay. I don't know why it's not working as expected. And then, okay, let's try that. Do you now see the message I've dropped in the chat section? Asmire, Daphne. Okay, this is so close. I'm not sure why my internet is really failing me today.
Yeah, I get it. Uh,
Oh, you can hear me. Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so now click on the link in the chat section. So, for example, when I click on it, I should land at a place like this. And then I land here, I will click on Create API key. And then, hope I'm not moving so fast. I'll click on Create API key. Once I click on Create API key, I'll just give my key a name. For example, ADK session. And then you have to select a Google Cloud project, or you can just create one. So for you, we'll just click on Create Project, and then you click on Create Project, just give it a name. I hope you are still following along. AT, and then ADK session, and then click on Create Project. So it will create, the creation failed. Okay, my creation failed. I'm not sure why. Let me try that again. Might be an issue with me. ADK session 2. Session 2, and then create project. Hopefully it works. Yeah, it still fails to create project. Okay, so if you did you create a project? Have you created a project previously on Google Cloud, Daphne?
Not really.
Okay. Have you redeemed your cloud credits, the ones that
I
Michael
tried
had shared?
to. I tried to, but they told me to are not available.
Okay, let me get you another link that can work. Okay, for me it's available. Is it this same link that you tried? Let me drop it in
Yeah,
the chat.
yeah, the one that was on the email.
Could you click on it now? Were you able to see something like this?
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, just click on the one in the chat section.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I see something like what I'm seeing on my screen.
Let me check again. Yeah, I clicked in the click here to access your credits.
Yeah, when you click here to access your credit, right?
Yeah,
And then once you've clicked there, you are something like this, right?
yeah.
And then scroll down and click accept and continue. Make sure this email is your email on Google Cloud, this one here,
Okay, okay.
and then click on accept and continue.
The coupon is the coupon. Okay, never mind.
Okay. If it says the coupon code has already been used, you've already redeemed the
No,
credit.
no, 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 it's okay. I got it. I got in.
Okay. If you got in now, click on, have you got in now?
Yeah.
So click on, just come here where it's search and then type project. So just go on with me. And then click on create a project.
Search projects.
So click on create. Oh, okay, probably I've created a lot of projects, but for you, you should not see that. You should see
Yeah,
like,
I'm saying something like request increase.
You also think something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. Because I know that should be an isolated issue. But then, okay, let's do
Or
this. When you
maybe because
click
I'm
on
using
this,
the link.
are you doing?
Could be because I'm using your link. I don't know. Could it be that?
Ah, no, 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 no. No, no, no.
Okay.
It shouldn't be the case because this is like my own cloud, my own. So when you click on this part, are you seeing any other cloud?
So
For
let me
example,
check.
for me, I can see when you click here, you see next to the Google Cloud logo, next to it here, when you click on it, you see all your projects.
Let me check. Let me check. You are working? No,
You're not able
no.
to see. Okay. Listen, this because that should only happen if you're having issues. You've really created a lot of projects. So
I have 0 projects, I think.
you have 0 projects exactly. So for
Yeah.
me, it would make sense if I have to delete some of the project. But for you, you should be able to create a new project.
But I'm seeing
But
something like my project. I don't know if that's maybe the new project.
you're seeing something like my project
Yeah.
like on here, like
Yeah.
where my
Yeah.
cursor is.
Yep.
Okay. That could be. Are you seeing this new project tab on the side?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you click on it?
Okay. Um, Giving me
You're still
request
getting.
increase. Yeah.
Okay. Then let's go to AI.dev. Here,
Okay.
this link, and then we'll use the project my project to create your API key.
I should go back to the AI.dave.
Yeah, I've dropped the link in the chat section, so you should
Yeah.
land somewhere like here.
Okay. Not sure I have the same interface as you have there.
Yeah, probably you don't have all these API keys created,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
seeing this create API key at the top. That's what I want you to see.
Yeah. 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 Got
Click
it.
on it,
Yeah.
and then name your API key something like AT or Africa's talking session, just any name that you probably would love to. Session, something like that. And then you are seeing this drop down here on choose an imported project, right?
Hold on.
Are you seeing like a select cloud project option?
It says choose an imported project.
And then when you click on it, you're seeing something like, are you seeing a pop-up anywhere?
And in the pop down, in the drop down arrow, there is an import project and create project.
Yes. So click on import project.
Okay.
When you click on import, you should see the project, my project, somewhere here.
Project.
The one you saw on Google Cloud previously. Are you seeing it here?
No. Apparently, I'm seeing I have so many projects now.
Exactly. So just pick any of the projects. It's not really an issue. Just pick any of the projects.
These are some things I used earlier when I was doing some Kotlin. So I
Ah,
don't know. Yeah.
they would still work actually. It's you can even still use it even if you don't have any credits. They still have like the free tier that could still work.
Okay. I've picked one.
So when you click on it like that, when you select on the session, just click on import here.
Oh,
And then it should be imported back here. Now you should come and see it. You should not only see import project or create, you should see that project here.
Yeah, I see it below.
Yeah, click on it now. Click on it.
Okay, create key.
And then create key.
Okay. Phew. Okay.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I know. Ooh, finally, we all have our.
Okay.
So now we can all follow along. So now all of us, if we have that, now copy your key.
Okay.
Then after you copy your key, remember you create a .env file right here, right?
How did we get there?
Oh, so here, just click. Are you seeing where we have Obikaya? Like where you are seeing the folder, the name Obikaya on the side, on the folder structure.
Yeah.
Are you seeing this where my cursor is hovering? Whether you're on code spaces or on your local machine, you should see something like that.
Yeah, Obikaya agent.
Oh, we are seeing Obikaya agent. No problem. Even, but now right click on this empty space down here. You're seeing this empty space for you should be white, not black like mine.
Mine is also black.
So right click on it and then click on new file.
Okay.
And then after you've clicked on new file, name the file .env. Name the file .env.
Okay.
And then write this Gemini API key. Write whatever you're seeing on my screen, Gemini underscore API is equals to, and then paste your API. So I've also dropped it in the chat section. And then after that, just paste your API key in 2 quotation marks. Let me know once. I think now we should all be at this space. So now we have created a virtual environment. We have installed ADK and Gen AI module, and we also have our API key at that point. So have we all done that? I want to check in with everyone. So, but for the others, if you have your .env file created, you have your API key pasted, and you did install Google ADK and Gen AI module, you are ready to go. Please give me a 6 in the chat section so I know how many of us are still able to follow along. Please respond with a 6 in the chat section. If you have your API key set, you've installed the modules we need after activating the virtual environment. Okay. I'm assuming now you're okay, Afin, but hope for all the others now we are good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, perfect. So hopefully I've not left anyone out. So now once we are here, this is the structure when you're building agents with Google ADK. You have the parent folder. In this case, our parent folder is Obikaya. And then inside Obikaya, we have the agent folder. So this folder is called obi_kaya_agent. it contains two Python files, the init.py file, which just initializes this as a module, this agent as a module that you can call it anytime. And then we also have the agent.py. And now this is where our agent data lies. So this is where initialize tools and everything, which I'm coming to talk about. But what Obikaya is, before I continue, I want to explain what exactly Obikaya, what you are building is. So Obikaya is like community manager's assistant, where it helps like community manager or community organizers come up with ideas for events or create partnership decks. Probably most of the time that MK spends, he spends on taking care of you as a community. Like when you are organizing hackathons for you, I've seen a ton of Africans talking hackathons, and then also securing partnerships with you, for example, these partnerships with Google, and then also like just making sure the Africa Studying community is engaged and up to par. So this Obika agent is to help such folks with ideas, or they can come and ask questions about different things like, oh, I want to do XYZ stuff. How can I do it? Or I want to, here's a report from my previous event. Could you help me understand what could happen, or what I could do to help with this better? So yeah, that's what our agent. So we are going to try and test out our agent, because I'm assuming now everything should be good to go. So once you're here, when you ls, I want you to cd, for me, I'll cd Kaya, but I want you to make sure that you are inside the Obikaya folder. So in your terminal, inside the Obikaya folder, when you list everything in that directory, you should see the Obikaya directory and the README file. So those are the things you should see. So once we are good up to there, now I want us to write ADK space web. So I'll copy this and drop it in the chat section. Not even copy that, I can just come and write it here. So ADK space web. So let's hope it runs perfectly. Once you run that, what you're doing now, we are trying to do a local deployment of our agent. Don't worry, I'm coming back to the code and explaining to you everything that's there. So I just want to ask to have this agent deployed, and before you start tinkering around with it. So we have this agent up and ready here now for local testing. So you should see something like in the chat section. Once you run a web, you should see something like that. So just click on this and then follow that link. So it initializes this dev UI that you can easily interact with. So remember last time we had to create our sessions manually, but this time down, the session has already been created for us. And when I come here, I've already selected the Obikaya agent. It's already selected. Let's try test our agent if it's working. So let's say something like hello. So let's see if we get an error or if it's working. Yes. So it says, hello, how can I help you? I can assist with community impact, partnerships, engagement, communication strategies for a developer community. So how many are getting that or are stuck?
Stuck.
So where are you stuck? Yes, Joachim, you're speaking.
What about us on the code spaces?
It's still the same thing. You should still
localhost.
Yeah, you should still once you run ADK web, just go to this green link that's there, follow link, and then when you follow it, when you get to that link, it should work.
It runs on localhost, the same 127.0.0.1.
It works perfectly the same. There is no difference. Yes. Have you clicked on it? Is it not working?
It's not working.
Okay. Can you share a screen? Let me see.
Brian?
Yes, but as Joachim shares the screen, ask me, what was your question?
Am I supposed to use a different terminal for the ADK web?
For me, I'm just using my Git bash terminal. So probably you can just use your git bash terminal too. Like, okay, are you seeing my VS Code? Or but for those on code spaces, there's no need to change. If you're on your local machine, it's just probably you need to come here and then select git bash. But if you're on code spaces, it just works perfectly fine. But let's
Hold on,
see.
hold on. Please first go back a little bit.
Okay, I go back here.
Yeah, scroll down.
I scroll down here,
No, up. Sorry, up.
up there. This is the command I did run.
Oh, before this, wasn't there some other command before?
No, before this, I just wanted to make sure I am inside the Obikaya folder. But for you folks, you're already inside the Obikaya folder, so you don't need to change anything.
Oh,
Just do ADK web. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The others are just installing ADK and GenAI. Joachim, are you in a position to share a screen?
Okay, it's okay now. It's running okay.
Yeah, it's running fine. Yeah, it
Yeah.
should run perfectly fine. So you see how easy it is to get an agent up and running in with local deployment and ADK. So I now want to go to the code and explain, but I want to make sure everyone can get an output before I go there.
No.
So if it's not working, Asmir, please feel free to share a screen so we can assist you.
Just a minute.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. I hope Omar Sides, Martin, Jack, you are also able to follow along. Clifford, Otieno, Kiplangat. I hope you are not stuck and you're also able to follow along.
Can you see that?
Yes, I can see.
So, I'm right here.
Okay. It's probably because did you create your virtual environment and activate it? I'm seeing something different. You did create it, but I don't think you activated it. And I
Oh,
think we installed things in our activity. That's why it's saying it can't find the command. So go to the terminal.
okay. This terminal. Oh,
Yeah, just that terminal, just that one.
okay. Okay.
Write source space source space vnv /bin /activate.
Bean. I remember I did this.
/activate. Yes, so now you see we have that. You have activated virtual environment when you have that bracket before it. So now can you try running ADK web again?
Okay.
Yes, so now it's working. So you had just not activated your virtual environment.
Okay. Thank you.
Just follow that link. Let's see if it works. Just test it. I know you're sharing a single tab. It's fine, no problem. When you say hello, is it responding to you?
Oh, it's still loading.
Oh. Is it working perfectly for you now?
I'm still looking for where it disappeared to.
Oh, okay. It probably opened on Chrome. It probably opened on your another Chrome tab.
No,
When
it's I have one Chrome. I think maybe I'm gonna check on the browser, the other one.
yeah.
Age maybe.
Okay. Yeah, maybe if Edge is a default browser, then definitely it opened on Edge.
No.
So, but once you find it, it should probably have worked.
Okay.
So, yeah. But once you find it, let us know. If it has not worked, we'll assist you. So now I want to talk about the concept of tools that I had shared last time. So last time we did cover it and we did cover something like this. But I remember we didn't use root agent, we just used like our agent name and all that. So we did say we did give our agent a name, we did give it a model, and then we did give it like a description, and I asked you maybe to add some instructions into that. So you see how deep your instructions can get. You can decide to be as detailed as possible. So you create a root agent variable. It's getting from the agent variable. We give our agent a name. We specify the model, which is the brain that you want to use, and then we describe what our agent is. So we are now telling our agent, like, who are you? You're a smart community assistant agent. You empower community organizers, managers, or anyone in DevRel, especially in Sub-Saharan Africa, to maximize community impact, blah, 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 and all that. And then for instruction, you give it like details of what exactly you want it to do. Impact communication, partnership, engagement, social media, multilingual, and all that. And then when it comes to tools now, this is what I want to talk about today and explain the different tools that we are going to give our agent. So let me scroll back up. When you talk about tools in Python, they can be three things. They can be inbuilt tools, they can be Python functions, or they can be Python classes. So you can create a Python class and it can be a tool. A Python function, it can be a tool, or an inbuilt tool. I'm going to show an example of an inbuilt tool. For example, Google Search to search the web for you. So for this part here, we use this tool generate recommendations from input. So recommendation from input, you're assuming this is a community manager or community organizer. They want to get recommendations from an input they are given. For example, they want to analyze community data, or they want to get more ideas on event timing and all that. So for example, I'm going to test it out right now. I have a PDF of maybe the attendance of my community, an event I hosted, yesterday's event that we had. But now maybe we noticed we want to get more insight into maybe how we can increase attendance or how we can get more persons with disabilities to join our event. And just want to ask, let's say this our agent here, what are some of the things I can do to help me achieve that? So this tool is the one that's going to do that. Of course, we know any Python function has to come with a docstring. So this docstring explains what this function does. We know the function takes two things: the user text that the user inputs and the goal or request. So what's your request or a goal? And this user text is going to come in as a string, goal or request is going to come in as a string, but is optional. And if it's not given, we assume there is no goal or request that's given. We just work with the user text. And then this function analyzes community data and gives recommendation in three categories: event ideas, social media, and ongoing engagement. It uses Gemini 2.0 to reference community data, phrase each suggestion, and all that. And then if not user text, if there is no user text, it's just like an if statement. Please give them an error of like, please provide a valid community data or text for recommendation. And then now you get your prompt. Remember I told you that instructions are just prompt engineering. So you see, this is now a detailed instruction I'm giving this tool. on how it's going to be used. So I'm now telling it, this is what will go to my LLM now. And then the LLM will give me a response. What will go to my brain. And then the brain is going to give me a response. And then I'm going to give that response back to my user. So in this case, I just give my prompt. And then here I'm just doing error handling, trying to see if there's an error, then make sure it's handled correctly or not. So you can see I'm still using Gemini 2.0 Flash. We'll see how we can migrate this from 2.0 to Gemini 3, the latest model. So up to that point, did you understand the concept of tools and how a Python function can just be a tool in building agents with ADK? So if you did get it, please respond with like 7 in the chat section. If not, let me know and I could repeat. Let me see. If you are, I would love to see if you got that or you'd love me to repeat. Okay. Okay. Oh, you love me? 6.5. Okay. So, Jack, could you mind maybe unmuting and let me know where exactly you felt I should repeat, or I should just repeat everything?
Okay, kindly repeat everything. I didn't get it.
Okay, perfect. So, I mentioned that we are building an agent, right? And for you to have an agent, let me go back a little bit to my to this slide here. Here. So I mentioned for you to have an agent, you need to have brain, memory, instruction, and tools. So a brain is like the LLM that makes your agent intelligent. The memory is like long-term or short-term memory. Instructions are like prompt engineering. And then tools is the tools that allow your agent to complete tasks. So now, in this specific case, we have our brain. When we come here, okay, let me come to this point. So we define it using this specific variable here with my root agent. So we have our brain, where I'm saying my model is Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental. This is what I want to use. And then the name of my agent is this. And then I have the description and instructions partly written here. So these are the instructions for my agent. But now I don't have tools. So this is supposed to help community organizers like MK. But what are some of the tools it can use to achieve that goal? One of our goals is to be able to provide recommendation to community managers or community organizers. So this first function here does exactly that. So it generates recommendations from input that it has gotten from a user. So in this part, this is just like, if it's similar to any object-oriented programming language, it's just, I know maybe defining a function in Go or in Java is different, but I think it's just a function. It takes in 2 parameters, user text and goal or request. User text should come in as a string, and goal or request should also come in as a string, but is optional. In case it is not specified, then it can just be none, and it outputs a dictionary. That's what I have there. This is just a doc string to explain what exactly my Python function is doing here. And what this doc string says is that this function analyzes community data, text or PDF, and returns structured actionable recommendation. And it returns it in 3 categories: events, timing, social media strategy, ongoing engagement, blah, blah, blah. It uses Gemini 2.0 to do the following: reference community data, phrase each suggestion in an actionable plan, referencing data and best practices, returns a dictionary with status and recommendation organized by category. So up to that point, do you understand now the concept of tools? Let me pause. Jack.
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. So now that's just one tool. And then this is just like normal Python code. I'm using an if statement to do error handling, in that if the user has no text, then please provide a valid community text. And then I give a prompt. So this is the prompt that will go to my LLM. And you can see here, I'm passing this prompt to Gemini 2.0 Flash, and it will give me a response. And then my agent will consolidate that response and give me a refined output back to me. So this is just error handling again. And I want to see if something is not there, try other things. And then if I can get anything, then just say unable to generate recommendation due to an internal error. That's what I'm doing there. So now I do the same for my other goal, generating a partnership pitch deck. So I give it something like that. And then maybe if it's ROI for sponsors and all that, then I come down here and I give the same for answering community general questions. I give it that, and then I give it links or something. And then once I've defined my 3 tools, after I've given my agent a name, I've given it a brain, I've described what it should do, and I've given it instructions to follow. I now come here and say, these are the tools I want you to use. Then once I've given it those tools, now when I run it, we are going to see how it works. It picks which tool to use when, and that's where I want to go now. But now, Jack, did you get it clear?
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. So let's anyone else that has a question or maybe feels stuck in any way. Okay, so I'm assuming we are all good. So let's come here and give it a test of different things. So I earlier had a PDF of like something, or maybe an event I have done myself at Google Developer Groups Nairobi, and I want to attach it here and then get some feedback from it. I want to see if I still have it. Where is it? It should be something. I want to upload that PDF and then get like different. Here it is. Yeah, I have this event on like the data around attendees of my chapter at an event. So I'm going to ask it something like, hello, could you share with me recommendations I can use to improve attendance of females and persons with disabilities at my community event. Attached is a PDF with previous data on attendance. So let's see what it will do. So you're going to see it will try and select a specific tool to be able to give me a response. And you can see now I have a response for that. So for example, based on the data I provided, here's some recommendation. Consider targeted event themes, hybrid or ongoing engagement, create a mentorship program, pair women with persons with disabilities with this. And then accessibility, ensure the event is in accessible venues. So here now you can get to see, when you come here to invocations, you can get to see everything that happened behind the scenes. The invocation and what exactly happened behind the scenes, what your model gave back and everything. So you can see it all. Here. And you can see even how many tokens I was able to use in this specific prompt. So yeah. And you can see that request, and then you can see the graph. So yes. So now I can tell it something like, could you create for me things I can put in a partnership deck to get more partnership that can help me have more persons with disabilities at my events. So once I do that, it's again, so you see, this now here, it has decided to pick specifically the Yet partnership pitch tool, and it's using that tool to give me an output. So hope now I'm able to see like the idea of using tools to actually get what you want. So you can see it tells me like it uses that and then it uses my data. So when I look at this, it tells me like how many registered members do I have and all that. And probably when I come and open the report I uploaded, you'll probably see that probably that number is coming from something probably it's so in that. So you see here we have like 2,123 registrations. So it told me that it has like 2,100 and something community members. So you see over 2,100. It got this from my report I shared. This means it also has memory on what we've done. And you can see our data shows a promising base growth while our overall check-in rate is at 21%, which is also, it comes here and then it says how many registrations do I have, how many check-ins do I have, and my check-in rate. And it uses that collaborative events outperform with a 30% check-in. So collaborated events perform better with 30% check-in. That means if you collaborate with a partner, you're going to get a better check-in rate. So now using your own tools to help you get even better outputs. Hope you are trying to play around with it and you're seeing some things like what I'm saying. So now did you get the concept of tools and how you can use it to invoke different tools? We have not used this tool on, it answers community general questions. Okay. So let me try and invoke that tool too. For example, I'll come here and say something like, just a general community question. How do I make sure that my community members remain engaged across a virtual technical session? Yeah. So you see, it uses the tool answer community general question, and it's now using this tool to get me a response. So it will play around with, think around with that tool till it gives me a response. So hope you're able to see that. Hope you're able to see that clearly. Yeah. So now here we go. So it gives me like pre-session clear expectations, pre-session engagement, and all that. So hopefully you've all had a chance to have that agent up and running. You've seen how you can use tools to now empower your agent to do different things. So I would love to now give it a pause at that point and take in any questions that you have. I know it's almost 1 minute to the top of the hour. So maybe any questions of that. Let me stop sharing my screen and then come back in a bit. Just a sec, getting back up. So I'll share that. So yes, any question up to there? First of all, hopefully it has worked for all of us. And then, so if you're able, yes, someone's but if you're able to run this fully, then please let me know. If you're able to like run this to the end, give me a 10 in the chat section. But I think someone was unmuted. Please go ahead. I think it's Asmire Daffin, you're unmuted.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I got it running.
You got it.
Yeah, sure I did. Thank you.
Nice. So yes, any question? Let me see. Let me open the chat section. Can this tool be data from a database? Yes. It can be data from a database. Let me actually, you can now use MCP. So you can use MCP to be able to configure that to be data from a database. Let me just share a quick example like that right now. So let me share my entire screen again. I might not be able to, let me hide. I might not be able to, so this is like something I did a while back. So switch this to Git Bash. This is also public. I'm going to share the link in that section too, so you don't have to worry about. For example, here I used an MCP. I used an MCP server. So now in this specific MCP server, it's like I'm doing. I'm using Google Maps, and I want to get. I'm using the Google Maps MCP. So you see, this is not data I already have. It's not a tool I already have, but this is things that are existing on Google Maps. So I'm picking that up and then be able to like deliver answer questions that my user might have. So I'll do an ls, and I want to cd on ADK underscore MCP underscore tools, and then I'll enter, and I'll do an ls, and then I'll do ADK. Oh, I have to activate my environment is activated actually. So I'll do ADK web on that, and then once I have to stop this other server first, just a sec. I have to come here and stop this one. So just control C, that's down. So that now should work. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it has worked. So now let me go to that link. Hopefully everything still works as it's supposed to work. So I'll select the Google Maps MCP agent and do something like hello. Hope it responds. Yep. It's taking a little bit. Yeah. So you see, I'm a Google Maps assistant for Nyeri County. How can I help you? But let's go to the code and see if we had to define anything around. So this is the specific code that I have under agent.py. And you can see what I did here. All I did is I just gave my Google Maps API key. I created a root agent. We talked about LLM agent last time. And then I passed my model in this case, and then I gave it a name as a map assistant. And then for instruction, when it came to tools, I used the MCP toolset to connect it to the Google Maps MCP server, and just use that to be able to get response from my user. So this could be an MCP server to your own database. So like you can create your own a server that can link directly to your database, and then have it on MCP registry. And then once that is done, you can now come here, have it as this point, and then now I can now interact. You can see there is no part I talked about different things. But let me come here and ask a question about elevation, for example. So what will my average elevation be if I cycle from the Kut that should be the Kut University. Let's just use the Kut. Let's see how good it is. From the Kut to White Rhino Hotel in Nyeri. So let's see if it's able to get us the average elevation if I cycle from Dedan Kimathi University to White Rhino Hotel. This was like a demo specifically for Nyeri, but I can calculate the average elevation along the secondary. Would you like to know the elevation of the two individual locations? Yes, I would. So let's see if it will give me the elevation between the two locations, the Kut and White Rhino Hotel. So you see, it uses the tool maps geocode, and this is the tool that I probably you saw my code. I didn't give it any tool. It just thought about it, and it's now just trying to use the maps elevation tool to get me the elevation. I did not. You see, the elevation at the Kut is approximately this. and the elevation at White Rhino is approximately this. So now I can calculate what my elevation would be. And we can see now when I come to my, when I come here, and I come to my response. Yes, when I come to, is it my event? When I come to my event, you can see it has all these different tools that I did not even plan for. So maybe in your database, you have different data points. Maybe you have employees, you have clients, you have what. So it should be able to search all that and then give you details about the same. So yeah, I hope that made a little bit of sense. Jack, is it? Yeah, I think that question was from Jack. And if you want to play around with that demo, it's available here on GitHub. You can easily go and get it and also play around with it. It also contains things to do with budget. So that's what like budget analysis on different things. So feel free to go again, fork the repo, clone it, and do wonders with it. I hope I answered your question, Jack. Okay, perfect. So, yes, I know we are 7 minutes past the top of the hour. I would like now to, if we don't have any more questions, I would like to pass it over to Oliver or Clifford or Graham, or Graham or MK or Just Fat and anyone from the team. Or if you have any questions, again, I'm available on Slack. I'm hanging around there. Just ping me on Slack. Same username, Brian Kai. Just tag me in that channel. I'll definitely see it. I probably hang around Slack a lot. So yeah. Let me see the chat.
Thank you very much, Brian. I don't know if there's any question.
I'm seeing I have exhausted all the questions in the chat section.
Yeah, wonderful. So this session will be published as soon as possible. I've also shared the previous session that is preceding this one. Go and check it out if you missed it. And in case of anything, reach out on Slack directly in the channel, and you'll get assisted accordingly. Until next time, have a wonderful evening or the rest of the day.
Yep. Thank you so much, everyone.